Hello from Islands of Adventure. I've been spending a lot of time over at Universal Studios Florida in the past few weeks, and not a lot of love has been given to Islands of Adventure. Unfortunately, I've come over here a couple times to take a lap around the lagoon, but I want to come here today and actually ride some rides and eat some food. And that's pretty much the first thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going over to Cafe 4 to get some Margherita pizza fries. I am ready for this, and I've been waiting for it forever. Let's go inside. All right, so I'm inside Islands of Adventure, heading over to Marvel Superhero Island to grab some lunch. And this is pretty interesting. They have Christmas decorations up in Islands of Adventure days before Halloween. There's garland pretty much everywhere around the lamppost. There's garland right about here, right outside the ticketing entrance, and then just all around port of entry. This is interesting. So it is pretty reasonably quiet in the parks today. Hagrid's is only a 30-minute wait currently. Yeah, it looks like nothing's really over 20-minute waits. Wow, I feel pretty lucky. It's been pretty considerably busy here recently, especially on the weekends. They've been hitting capacity. So the fact that I'm here and able to enjoy it with pretty minimal crowds, I feel very fortunate about. Alright, so I'm over at Marvel Superhero Island. There goes the Incredible Hulk, and I am going to go ahead and put in a mobile order for these Margherita pizza fries, which are French fries with marinara sauce, fresh mozzarella, Italian tomatoes, balsamic glaze, and a basil pesto drizzle. So I'm going to go ahead and go right over here to Cafe 4 and just going to wait in line, because it really doesn't benefit you to actually order in advance using the mobile order app. Just go and get in line and see everybody started getting in line. So yeah, get in line and then mobile order once you're in line. Okay, so I'm inside Cafe 4 and I've never noticed these projections up here before, dancing around the ceiling, so that's pretty interesting. I got sat pretty immediately, which is awesome. There are these dividers in between the tables, and I put in my order here and I said that I was here and it's being prepared, and they just came down, or they came over to my table and they took my number and my table number. And so it should be here very quickly. So this is going to be the most expedited I have ever done this at Universal. So yay! Alright, so I just came out of Cafe 4. There's another fun perspective of the Incredible Hulk. I'm coming over here to try to find a table to enjoy my Margherita pizza fries. Just finding a table outside just sounds kind of nice, because the weather is pretty pleasant right now, and just getting a table along, or right alongside the lagoon, just sounds pretty neat. Over there is the Seuss trolley train ride. You can see Rip Ride Rocket off in the distance, and I did find the table right over here by the Captain America diner. I'm pretty sure. I've never been over here before, so it's actually really cool. Always finding new places here at Universal. And here are my Margherita pizza fries again. Those look fantastic. The portion looks a little bit small. This was about $10, a little over $10, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to taste delicious. And then I also have a snack that I'm going to be getting a little bit later, so today is just going to be full of just different treats and foods. There's the Lost Continent, of course, Jurassic Park, and then over here is the Popeye and Bluto's area of Toon Lagoon. I'm trying to find the best bite with the most amount of pesto and cheese, tomato, and vinaigrettes on it. Those Margherita pizza fries absolutely lived up to my expectations. Right over here, this is Popeye and Bluto's Goldrat Burgers. I wanted to get another little perspective of this area that I just ate in, because I've never come over here before, and I actually really like it. It's incredibly secluded over here behind the Captain America diner, right behind the main strip that goes down Marvel Superhero Island. So the past couple times I've come to Islands of Adventure, I've taken the clockwise routes around the lagoon in that direction, but I think I want to head in this direction this time to go through the Seuss Landing, and then the Lost Continents, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Toon Lagoon, and then back to Marvel Superhero Island, because I haven't done it in a while, and there's a lot going in this direction that I definitely want to check out. First of all is that Christmas has arrived in Seuss Landing. They have fully, maybe not fully, I'm not really sure, but they have decorated what I'm assuming is the majority of Seuss Landing for Grinchmas. It could very well be fully decorated, I'm not completely sure, but there are definitely a substantial amount of decorations in Seuss Landing right now. It is staggering. See, even inaccessible areas, like if I were in the zoo, and then this area over here by the water are decorated for Christmas. This isn't sad, it's exciting but it's also really weird. I feel like this year's gone from Mardi Gras at Universal to now Christmas in a very short span of time, which is just very confusing for me as far as processing it. It is beautiful, and Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year at Universal at all of the theme parks. It's very, very weird and very jarring just for it to be Christmas already. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and hop on Behind the Sky Seuss Trolley train ride to get a nice aerial perspective of Seuss Landing, all decked out and decorated for Christmas. This was posted at a 5-minute wait, which I hope is accurate because I believe it's probably gonna be raining here pretty soon, just kind of judged on what the weather looks like. So hopefully I can get on this pretty quickly.
All aboard, everybody!
I made it.
Gather all around! This is the special train that copies any sound.
Exciting.
It's the echo-maniacal,
We're going inside
super reliable
Circus
sound
McGurkus,
alike all day and night
which is
audio
currently
magic
closed.
Express.
It's a little bit sad. This would have been an incredible place to come and relax in.
Like a circus organ? The trolley train
It's
can...
open right now, I really do.
How about you?
I haven't been in here
Can
in
you
a
go...
very, very long time, and I've never eaten here.
Listen to this. It goes...
Okay, heading into the next room. I have not gotten to do this side since the reopening, so this is exciting.
The trolley train goes tacky when sounding all trafficky.
Alright, time to see the Christmas decorations from an aerial perspective. This is where I like to walk around over here because it's generally pretty quiet. There aren't any decorations over here, so it's mostly along the main strip.
Can you make that
Over here.
sound
Can you hear me
too?
right now? Because that audio is super loud.
And a sneak farewell to Toodaloo, Toodaloo.
Cool.
Time for
Doesn't
the
get to see a lot of the
trolley train to
decorations,
say
but it was neat to ride this. Alright, just got off of Behind the Sky Seuss Trolley train ride. That is always fun to get to do, and like I said, I didn't get to experience that track since the reopening, so that's been really nice. But now to make the 10-mile journey down back to the ground and then over to Harry Potter to ride a ride that I have not ridden in kind of a while. I'm definitely going to be back to appreciate the Christmas decorations at night. I'm very excited to see that. It looks like there's a Christmas tree right over here. I hope they do the Christmas tree trail like they did last year. That was a lot of fun, and I really wish that Honkers was open. This is where you can get the massive cotton candy. Oh well. So something else that I thought was interesting that, yep, there it is right here. Now they're running the trains on the inside track, and I was on this track right over here. So that's kind of cool. I guess I got lucky getting to see that track that I haven't seen in a while. But now off to Hogsmeade. That was loud. To ride Hagrid's. This is pretty interesting though. First, right over here, this looks like it's going to be a socially distanced photo opportunity, I'm presuming. I'm imagining that's what it's probably going to be, so that'll be kind of neat to see whatever that ends up being in the future. It's starting to feel some raindrops. That's not good. This is another socially distanced photo opportunity that I keep missing right over here in the Lost Continent. I'm going to head over by the water to see if there's anything new with this Jurassic Park coaster construction. I don't think that there is, but might as well come check it out. It's been a little bit. Okay, so there's a little bit going on over here. Looks like they're constructing around the structure of the coaster. There's some scaffolding and steel work going on over here. That's pretty neat. Again, not really a lot to show off. Probably not for a while as far as anything super significant goes, but it's still neat to see. So I've been playing around with my camera settings on my Canon M50, yet again specifically the picture style, which I normally have set to standard, and I'm using a modified neutral now, so that should affect the sharpness and the contrast of the image, not so much the saturation of the color tone. So it's just something that I'm trying to work on, trying to figure out, because it's something that I had set previously that I set back to normal because I didn't know if I liked it, and now I might like it a little bit. I'm also playing around with something called auto level, which should affect the axis kind of going in this direction as far as image stabilization goes, because the digital stabilization on this camera is really not the best, honestly, because it's very, very warpy. But if you turn off the stabilization, then it's all over the place in terms of jitters. So it's just something that I'm trying to work with, the best combination, because there is in-lens stabilization with the lens that I'm using, but it's not really the best. And so I'm trying out this auto level, which is digital stabilization, I suppose, but it's not as jarring and jumpy as the more enhanced versions of the digital stabilization. I know this is kind of all over the place, but it's just something that I'm consistently working at, trying to get a little bit better. And so far I'm feeling pretty okay with it. Like it definitely helps with just like the level of the video in terms of if I'm walking in this direction. It kind of more seems like I'm kind of gliding. So especially when the camera's on me, it is much better than when I flip it around and start walking forward, because there is a significant bounce with that. But okay, that's enough camera talk for right now. I'm heading over to Harry Potter to try to ride Hagrid's before it actually starts raining. Okay, remember when I was talking about that character encounter opportunity? Well, I was walking up the stairs, and check it out. It's Kung Fu Panda. I am blown away. I'm gonna have to get a selfie with this guy. This is cool. Alright, I'm walking out to Hogsmeade, and check it out. Hogsmeade is decorated for Christmas. I have a bunch of garland out here at the entrance and inside as well. I'm waiting to get a locker because I'm gonna have to put this camera into a locker. But check out my picture with Poe. Is it gonna focus? Probably not. Let's see here. There we go. Look at that. There's some Christmas trees over here in the corner next to the Hogwarts Express. There's the garland adorning the shops. Honeydukes and troncos. Probably my favorite addition to Hogsmeade over the years. Alright, time to put the camera into the locker. There we go. Switching over to the phone, and I'll see you in just a minute. So I'm in line for Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. It's currently posted at a 60-minute wait. So I may be surprised, but right now the line is pretty much fully extended all the way out here. So it may be a true 60-minute wait, but I guess we'll see. So the last couple times I rode this, I didn't have to go all the way back here, just went straight into the Castle Rock work. So I don't know, could be a little bit longer, but this honestly doesn't look terrible. It is still consistently moving. Okay, so it's only been 8 minutes. I'm heading inside the castle, so this is pretty good, pretty expedited. This could be a lot less than an hour. And 12 minutes later, I've made it into this room. Hello there, little golden egg. Getting super close. Okay, 15 minutes later, I've made it to the final room. I'm about to board Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. 15 minutes, and it was posted at a 60-minute wait. This is awesome. Woo! Okay. Just got
There's a unicorn.
I'm still on Hagrid's, but I just finished the ride.
She's a ready.
Man,
Think to see such a sight.
that ride is just so good. Oh, I love Hagrid's.
Screws
Hello.
and unicorns.
Alright, well, 20 minutes getting in line to getting off of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is quite an accomplishment. I am very satisfied with that, and before the rain too. Alright, time to go grab my camera and keep on moving through Islands of Adventure. Alright, I'm back with my Canon M50 after getting off of Hagrid. Still very surprised and satisfied that it was only a 20-minute wait. I'm heading through Hogsmeade now over to Jurassic Park, where I plan to grab a snack for myself. I'm still really enjoying and taking in all of the Christmas decorations here in Hogsmeade. Super excited to get into that Christmas spirits and season. Okay, because I said today was going to be about food and rides, I'm going to ride one of my favorite rides in all of Islands of Adventure, which is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. I have to put my camera into a locker yet again, but it's going to be worth it because I just love this ride. I love Harry Potter so much. Hello there from my phone. This is only posted at a 15-minute wait. There's construction down there that you can't see at all for the lockers. But I'm presuming that I'm probably going to be walking onto this. I'd like to assume that I will. Alright, so I just got Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. I'm right over here by Flight of the Hippogriff. There's normally like a stand right here, and it's not here right now, so you can get a pretty good selfie with the castle right over here. I really wish that Forbidden Journey would get a little bit of love and care, because there's some screens and animatronics and effects in that ride that if they were spruced up just a little bit, man, this ride would just be phenomenal, because there were a couple that weren't working when I just did that ride through, but it's still always fun. It looks like there may be some weather rolling in, and really in both directions, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to head into Jurassic and get the treat that I've been wanting to get, which is actually one that Brennan suggested to me. Okay, I'm heading to where I want to get my treat, which is pretty much on the other side of the Jurassic Park coaster construction. This is kind of cool. They have some added foliage right there. There actually seems to be a few things that are new over on this side. It seems like a significant amount of painting has been done, at least since the last time that I was here, and they're still working on it. They are enclosing pretty much all of it, which I'm a little bit sad about. It would have been really cool to see the rock work, but I guess that's going to be the surprise once you get inside the line. There's still some sections that need to be painted, I'm presuming, and you can see through the rock work here, and you can see the moss. They've added the various foliage. I wonder if they're going to be enclosing this as well. At some point, I'm imagining that they will, but I guess we could see I'm literally directly underneath the River Adventure sign right here, and I'm continuing on to where I'm going to get my treat, which is actually going to be right there. So that cart sells a lot of interesting snacks like lava, pastelitos, and beef empanadas, but I got the dulce de leche churro. Look at this. This looks incredibly appetizing and delicious. Okay, so I don't often get churros, but Brennan told me I should get something from that cart, and I've never gotten anything from that cart before. And I was in the mood for something more sweet and savory, so I went with the churro. So let's see how it is. That's pretty good. Okay, admittedly, I wish I had something to dip that churro in because it was sort of dry. Oh geez. I came over here right to the very end of the splash zone, so I avoided getting wet just then. It was so it was a little bit dry, and I wish I had something to dip it in because it didn't have any cinnamon or anything on it. It just kind of tasted like fried hot dough, which is what a churro is. But it would have been nice to just have that sauce, like a caramel or a chocolate sauce to dip it in. I sound overindulgent, but just being honest. Okay, I'm gonna try to run across here before I get soaked. Feeling pretty ambitious about it. Feeling okay now. Okay, I made it through the splash zone without getting soaked. Aren't I lucky? And I can hear the T-Rex right now. There we go. Hooray, I made it. All right, so I made it to Toon Lagoon. I'm heading over behind the ship, the Olive. Oh no, there's nobody on that boat at all. Just to see if there's a quick perspective over here of something new that I haven't noticed before. I don't see anything particularly different that I didn't see from behind Mythos. It does look like they are putting some rock work here along the water. I do wonder if you're going to be able to come out from behind the Discovery Center down to the water. That would be really neat if any of this area was accessible at all. And it does look like they are building some fencing here, so that could be a potentiality. So that's neat. What is not neat is that that weather is rolling in and I can feel some raindrops. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably head on out. I've been here for kind of a long time. There's the Incredible Hulk, and right over here, this is where I had my lunch a little bit earlier, just right along the water, right behind the Captain America Cafe. I'm always happy to have new experiences at the theme parks. Okay, to make an amendment, it's called the Captain America Diner, which doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I always want to try to be accurate if possible. If I'm making my way around these parks, if I can hear as much as I do. It looks like it's getting pretty quiet in the parks right now, so I'm going to try to go and head on out before the crowds start to get intense. I'm definitely going to have to come back in here at some point, because if I have, I don't remember it. I don't think they have the most interesting menu, but it would at least be somewhere to eat to cross up the theme park restaurant bucket list. Alright, so I've been pretty fortunate today as far as the weather is concerned, but based on my usual luck inside the theme parks when it comes to the weather, I'm going to go ahead and head on out of the park to try to beat the crowds, because Universal Studios Florida closes an hour before Islands does. So I at least want to try to beat those crowds before Islands closes. So it's off to the parking garage. So it's kind of hard to see, but right there it says UOAP Pass Holder Appreciation Days, which is really one of the reasons why I came here today, because right now they're doing exclusive menu offerings and discounts available to pass holders until the very end of the month. One of them being the Margherita pizza that I got over at Cafe 4. So presuming that that is a limited time offering, I wanted to make sure that I could get it, because I have been thinking about it for quite a while. But that's really why I was here today, was just to take advantage of those last few pass holder offerings before I can't anymore. So as I'm heading back to my car, there's an epiphany that I almost had about the two garages here at Universal Orlando. That ended up not being the case, but I wanted to show what it was nonetheless. So the epiphany that I almost had was that each of these garages was respectively representative to a theme park. I thought this was the Universal Studios Florida garage, and this was the Islands of Adventure garage, because this one is pretty much right across from Universal, and then this one's right across from Islands. But then I realized, no, that's not the case. It could have been the case, but it's not. Because this one is the Jaws, King Kong, and Jurassic Park garage, and this one is the Spider-Man, Cat in the Hat, and E.T. garage. If you flipped that E.T. with the Jurassic Park and made this the Jaws, King Kong, and E.T. garage, and then made this the Spider-Man, Cat in the Hat, and Jurassic Park garage, then they would indeed be the Universal and Islands garage, even though King Kong is over at Islands of Adventure. It used to be over at Universal. Anyway, I think it was a pretty missed opportunity, and that would have been really, really neat if this was the Universal garage and this was the Islands garage, but nope. Alright, so I made it to the top of what should have been the Islands of Adventure parking garage, but not because I parked up here. There was nobody parked here at all, but I wanted to see that's what the weather looked like because it's getting pretty windy. It does look like I ended up avoiding the rain, so that is awesome. I'm happy that I got to come to Universal at all today, just to go to Islands in particular, because again, the past few times that I've been here, it's just to kind of walk around Islands rather than dedicate some time to eat some food and ride some rides, which is what I've really been craving as far as Islands is concerned. I got to have a Margherita pizza, I got to have a dulce de leche churro, I got to ride a few rides that I've really been wanting to ride for a while. A lot of emphasis on the Harry Potter rides because they just always make me so just happy. So this is one of my happy places. Obviously I come here quite a lot, and I'm gonna be coming back again probably soon to try to do the houses one more time over at Universal before they go away for the season, and then I can fully immerse myself into the Christmas spirit, which is what Islands is apparently already in the spirit of. They've got Christmas just everywhere over there, but not really complaining about it. I love myself some Christmas as well. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I had an incredible time, and I appreciate you coming along. I hope you enjoyed my new haircut. I'm looking pretty good, I think, hopefully. But I'll see you soon. Have a good day, and goodbye.